Hello, Karen here, Merging Soul Tarot with your daily read. We've got the Shaman Oracle here, and then Shamanic Healing Oracle. See what's coming up for us today. Oh, that's our pre-eclipse energy. Spirit of Truth. Okay, this is beautiful actually. Christians call Spirit of Truth Holy Spirit. So this is kind of high octane energy with us today. Not surprising. We've got, the eclipse. Where are we now? Day after tomorrow. So it's Taurus Scorpio axis. So really Scorpio is about, deep dark Plutonian energies, and Taurus is about values, beliefs, and grounding. So it's grounding the truth in reality, really. Let's have a look what he's saying. I see a lot of the readings this week as preparation for, release and newness for the eclipse at the end of the week. It says, I am the Spirit of Truth, the foundation upon which all things are built. I open the way to understanding, to an acceptance of the reality of things as they are. Excuse me, I strip away the veils of self-deception. We all need a hand with that, don't we? Well, I do. And walk the straight path of honour. I do not turn away from truth, however harsh it may seem, and my steps are always fueled with purpose and a determination to penetrate to the heart of the matter. That's the whole picture is powerful. Looks like kind of shield. Shield of truth. It's shield of truth. So, in our ancestors' time, it was about instincts and, the risks there. And there was no room for self-deception, or you get eaten by a predator. So then it was kind of, they were really connected into their bodies and the timeless truth of the body and the spirit. We use truth now more to judge ourselves, and also you need truth, to evolve, and to evolve, civilized values, really, which is really Taurus, those values. But this Spirit of Truth would give us the energy and an aura of integrity. We need to walk with integrity. Because if we self-deceive, if we kind of tell ourselves we're doing okay when we're in a kind of self-deceit, we can't measure our progress accurately. Okay. So the truth kind of punches our sense of self-delusion. And what it does, you learn not to judge yourself. And when you're not judging yourself, that's not to pull you down, but it's to show you the truth of yourself. Because when you're not judging yourself, you find that you can more and more embrace the truth of how other people are. And you can, not judge them, but when to avoid certain situations, people. But if we delude ourselves, we fall into the trap of walking the wrong way. So, they can be harsh truths, can't they? I love it when Spirit gives you a dose of truth. You think, not easy, but necessary. And sometimes we need to speak the truth to others, don't we? And oh boy, sometimes that's really hard. Sometimes we look at the option of a half truth. if you're very sensitive, you know, you it's like, oh no. But yeah, so yeah, what we mustn't do is give ourselves half truths, you know, allow ourselves to be deluded in any way, because it doesn't do us justice. Look at the first card out, truth. Yeah, well, I think Spirit's talking about truth today, everyone. Self-love. That's come out quite a few times. Perception. Yeah, really easy. Read there, past, present and future on the bottom. But really easy, the reading there. Oh, I think I knocked my camera there. Don't know. Okay, so we got this eagle here. Yeah, truth. Truth is, I'm going to pull this, it's perception, okay? It's our sense of perception. We often self-delude, or we become deluded about others because we don't want that light dark. We just want to see that light bit, the yummy, nice bit. We often don't want to see what's shadowed there. But that yin yang, it's the feminine, it's the receptive, it's what makes us receptive. So, and the perception of it all as a whole, not as, you know, good, bad, right, wrong. It's, yeah, there are things out there that are not nice, but if we can see the whole thing as a whole, you know, we may need to speak the truth into those dark areas, okay? It's not about ignoring it. It's about seeing it from that higher perspective, but not as a way to elevate ourselves, make ourselves feel better, but to bring truth and illumination into something that's dark. It's perception. It really is perception. And that starts with ourselves. I mean, that eagle flies so high, doesn't he? He flies, he flies so high, and they don't just see the details, they see the whole picture. And that sort of larger scale picture, but we need that self-love for that, because if we don't, you know, and we've got again the moon and the sun, there's a lot of there's a lot of kind of eclipsey energy there for us. So yeah, we need that self-love. If we don't have that self-love, if we're not seeing the light and the dark of ourselves, and we're not accepting it, we'll often like be really critical of ourselves because we've done things as we perceive wrong, or we've hurt people. No, we need to be alerted to that when it happens. That first kind of guilt feeling is an emotional response to something being off, and we need to address that and accept our responsibility. But if we live in guilt and shame, we then project suffering and pain out on other people. So we need to embrace, you know, the positive and negative aspects about ourselves, the creative and the destructive aspects of ourselves, the whole caboodle. And I think I said yesterday, you know, Taurus is the eclipse is opposite Scorpio. Obviously the moon's in Taurus, the sun's in Scorpio. So what's illuminating our moon, our deep waters, and our sense of groundedness and perception and who we are, is the sun in Scorpio, you know, and this is an illumination of depth, of things that may have been hidden, okay? And self-love, if we're not loving ourselves, we shy away from those truths. I know it myself, you know, when you're in pain or you're suffering, it is really hard to look at the totality of who you are, have that perception of the wholeness, because often all you can see and feel is that pain. It doesn't negate the pain, it just says, yeah, this happened, that happened, but it gives you a full perspective, and we learn and we grow and we expand. And you can even get to the position where you think, yeah, suffering almost was an honour. It's not how life's meant to be, but it's what it made me who I am. But if we ignore it and we delude ourselves and we don't want to look at the wholeness of truth, then we cut ourselves off from our intuitive sense and all those things that can help us navigate, you know, ourselves, our path, and other people and situations. So love yourself, people. And it doesn't matter what you've done. There's, you know, there's always healing. There's always a way to learn and move forward from it. So we don't need to be afraid of our little dark places, because they're not always pleasant, yeah. And it's not always nice, but if it's illuminated, embrace it and sit with it. Sometimes it's just, I've said before, is we think we've got to do all this hard work, but sometimes it's a matter of observing it. Then it changes, it metamorphoses, it unites, the light and darkness unite. You can get relief from just sitting and observing it, not pushing it down. It then becomes conscious to you and you don't move out of it, okay? You don't kind of react from it as a trigger or a shadow aspect. Okay, I'll pull us a daily healing card. To get your old lists out of what the old stuff you want to go this eclipse, you know, what you want to release of your old self. And what you want to bring in new, you know, what truth, what do you want to be the truth about you? You've got the energy and the power to do that under these eclipses. Yeah, see, this is saying the same. This spirit of truth talked about instinctual knowing of being plumbed into the body. Okay, this says take time to tune into your body and recognise the messages it's trying to send you. Very clear, people. I think the spirit of truth, the spirit, is wanting us to connect, you know, to the truth. We've got truth come up there to have that whole perspective, that broader perspective and self-love. So if you're being shown things that are really painful or difficult over today, then embrace it and sit with it, because you're going to have the energy to transmute that into learning, healing and growth. Alright, I hope that was helpful. Lots of love. Bye bye.